Thank you, Cathaoirleach, and I'd like to thank the Cathaoirleach and the members of the staff and also the Ceann Comhairle for facilitating Irish Sign Language interpreters in the gallery here today, but also in the media gallery in the Dáil. I'd like to thank the Superintendent and all involved in making that happen. I suppose in light of that, and the reason they're in here is because of the issues discussed yesterday in the Dáil and the motion before us today, which I will be seeking an amendment to the order of business to have that motion debated regarding the cut in funding, not only to the Irish Deaf Society, which we will debate on that motion, but also the other organisations that have seen their funding cut. 1.2 million in funding cuts, and we know that in the main hall there's a proclamation that guarantees equal rights and equal opportunities, and while we all agree with that, as a nation we find it very difficult to fulfil. Yesterday Senator Van Turnout read out some of those organisations that got cut: the Alzheimer's Society, Arthritis Ireland, ABRI, the Acquired Brain Injury Advocacy Association, the Centre for Independent Living, the Disability Federation, Dyslexia Ireland, Genetic and Rare Disorder Diseases, Huntington Diseases, the Irish National Council for AD and HD Support, Autism Action, the Irish Heart Foundation, the Motor Neurons Association, the Irish Stammer Association, Migraine Association of Ireland, MS Ireland, Spina Bifida, Neurological Alliance, Post-Polio Support, Asthma Ireland, the Carers Association. And we saw today in the Irish Times where Professor Orla Hardiman was horrified by the closure of the Neurological Association, representing over 700,000 people who need somebody to support them and to be their voice. There are 30 organisations aligned to that charity, and as was pointed out by the professor, the Taoiseach statement that charities can apply and appeal the decision would be cold comfort for the charities affected, as no timeline for the appeal procedure has been provided and they're being left in limbo. And today we have members of the Irish Deaf Society who saw their advocacy service wiped out. Who is going to communicate with government on their behalf if they don't have an advocacy service? The gulf in understanding between the hearing community and the deaf community is enormous. I suppose put into stark and nearly comic focus by the communications with the Department of the Environment when they told them that they could call in to discuss their cut in funding. And that, I suppose, put into sharp focus how difficult it is for members of the deaf community to communicate with government, and also in relation to how it is that they interact with government. So we will be seeking amendment to the order of business that motion will be debated today, where we seek not only the reinstatement of the funding for the Irish Deaf Society, but for all the organisations that I spoke about that have seen their funding cut and no timeline for appeal. The people who are in those organisations who are relying on those fundings to keep that national body open, all those national bodies are now unemployed. They have no idea how long it will take before an appeals process will be heard and whether or not they will be reinstated in 5 months, 6 months, 10 months, a year. I move an amendment to the order of business. Thank you.